The phenomenon of the Earth's revolution, aphelion, perihelion, and equinox. The Earth rotates on its axis at a speed of 1,669.97 kilometers per hour. Completely one round, in about 24 hours, or 1 day. The Earth revolves around the Sun, not in a perfect circle, but in the form of an ellipse, or oval. Because the shape of the Earth orbit is elliptical, of course, there will be times when the Earth will be far from the Sun, and at certain times, it will be close to the Sun. The farthest distance from the Earth to the Sun is called aphelion. The distance is 152 million kilometers. The Earth's closest distance from the Sun is called perihelion. The distance is 147 million kilometers. Aphelion occurred around the 6th of July, and perihelion occurs around January 3rd. Then, what is the equinox? Equinox is an ordinary astronomical phenomenon that occurs when the Sun is directly above the equator. The equinox occurs every March 21st, September 23rd, and repeats every year. The equinox occurs because the Earth moves around the Sun in an oblique motion. The slope is about 23.4 degrees. This is what causes the Sun's rays to not always hit the center of the Earth or the equator. For half a year, the Sun is in the northern hemisphere of the equator. Half a year later, the Sun is in the southern hemisphere of the equator. When moving from the northern hemisphere to the southern hemisphere and vice versa, the Sun must cross the equator. Well, this event is called the equinox. The effects of the equinox phenomenon on the Earth include shadowless days in certain places. The duration of the day and night is 12 hours almost all over the world. Affects the seasons in the northern and southern hemispheres. When it's winter in the northern hemisphere, summer in the southern hemisphere. Northern hemisphere spring, southern hemisphere autumn. Northern hemisphere summer, southern hemisphere winter. And northern hemisphere autumn, southern hemisphere spring. Thank you.